Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousFire, and I am here to look at the new hero. New hero is Rune Master, just released in Castle Clash. I was able to pick him up over the last few days. I'd like to share what he does, my build for him currently in the game, and maybe look at what he does best in a couple of different scenarios. Please hit the subscribe button so we can keep hero studies like this going. Let's go take a look at Rune Master in a little bit more detail. Okay, here we have Rune Master. Rune Master is going to do damage. He's going to remove energy, sort of like a Phobos. He's going to do that to 5 heroes. He's also going to paralyze them. That lasts for 4 seconds. Now, when they're paralyzed, they can't gain energy from attacking, and they can't gain energy from receiving damage. These are the two primary ways that heroes gain energy. They can't do that. But they can activate their skills. So if they have like an empower, some kind of auto proc effect, that will continue to happen. You'll also find in the big demons that we fight in this game that skill activation is still going to continue to happen. They cannot receive healing. That's tremendous. Healing is negated entirely for that 4 seconds. He removes all conditions, all the bad things that happen to our friendly heroes. He takes away all of it and does so globally. They don't have to be next to him. Anywhere on the board, something bad's happening to one of your buddies, he takes that away. He increases crit rate of your entire team by 60% for 4 of 6 seconds. Now, crit is something that is being dismantled in Castle Clash. As you move up the title talent system, you will see that you gain so much crit resist that it really makes it an illogical choice to go with Vigorous Fury and in addition, a Brute Force combination. Crit is basically dying in this game. Now, with this 60% crit bonus, is that going to be making a difference? It will, but you got to have Rune Master on your team. He is going to then deal damage to nearby enemy heroes every 6 seconds. Now, whenever I come up with nearby in Castle Clash, it's always bad. So the hero's got to be right up next to him. Then he'll be doing damage. Well, friends, if the hero's right up next to him, he would be attacking the hero and doing damage anyway. So I always see these things as kind of just verbiage that's written out in a skill description. It isn't really plausible, reasonable, or anything beyond normal expected behavior. So I just skip over that one. When he has less than 70% of his health, he receives a damage cap, like a Zeph or a Dove or a Levanica. He goes down to 9,000 damage per hit. That's huge. That damage cap's one of the lowest in the game. Might be tied with Mectessa's. He has fast energy recovery during that time, and he begins to he gets the immunity against stun and silence. Okay. Positives. He does nice damage. He does a lot of things to help your team, especially the total global removal of conditions. That is incredible. Negatives. He does not have silence at the beginning of battle. He does not have silence until his skill activates. He does not have a damage cap until his skill activates. So that has to happen before those things kick in. And if you have this hero and you've been playing around with him over the last couple of days, sometimes you'll see that you drop him in front of the bad guys and he takes this massive damage strike. And it goes down to like 1/3 health. And then all of a sudden the health loss stops. And he becomes almost invulnerable during that time. But he does take one heck of a hit. So the higher you can upgrade this guy, the better. And I think also doing something to add to his overall health pool, I think that would also help him. Damage reduction, great idea. So let's look at the build now. I have a Flame Guard on him, and that is when he acquires silence immunity Flame Guard is not immune to silence, and it can be a talent that's taken away through the silencing effect. But once that kicks in, and it does, now all of a sudden he's got a Flame Guard. And also, he gets an 80% deflect of the damage, a 55% deflect of all damage taken. So he's not taking that damage, the enemy is. And an 80% boost in health. Great. I just acquired the skin. You'll see there's a second talent. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to go within the usual spectrum of really great talents for heroes like this. This is an auto proc hero. I might go with Empower. This is a hero that does damage to such a degree that it can kill him, can knock him out through deflect. I might go with a Wicked Armor. Also, because he does not have silence immunity at the beginning of battle, I might go with a Sacred Light, which cannot be taken away due to the silencing effect. He'll still have that ability through the talent Sacred Light. I would probably put a Sacred Light on him as a second talent, and put a Wicked Armor on when I need it, put an Empower on if I want him to auto proc. So maybe Flame Guard, Sacred Light. It's kind of the way I have my Ripper set up, and I think also my, at least to some degree, my Phobos. And you'll see a little bit of a difference, or a little bit of a similarity between those heroes. They kind of amalgamated Phobos and Occultist to some degree in the removal of conditions, and in the way that he acts in battle. He has a lot of similarities to other heroes. Right now I'm running the Flame Guard, and I'm running an Empower because I'm having him sit on base and auto proc and deliver his effects and his wash of negative conditions, etc. Crit rate boost, all those things help a great deal. Equipment. I'm going with the Holy Conviction. I want extra healing when it happens, and I definitely want damage reduction on the guy. Okay, he has to get down to 40% health before that damage cap kicks in. Don't let the strike that takes him down to 40 be so strong that it takes him down to 0. Otherwise, no damage cap. Dead heroes don't have damage caps. Now, equipment and traits. Okay. I would typically not say this about many heroes. Heroes either go one way or another. I'm of the mindset that if it is a support hero, reviver, healer, buffer, debuffer, somebody you protect in the back, somebody that's in the center of your base, somebody who helps to keep other guys functioning well, you give him dodge. You don't want him to get hit. Even with the increase of accuracy in the game, all of this, dodge is still great. It's like if I'm going to get into a car accident and I'm given the option of an airbag, a seatbelt, an onboard tracking system, then that would be max dodge. But if you're telling me all I got is a seatbelt, which would be, minimal dodge, I'll take that if I'm going to be in a car accident. At least the seatbelt. So these are varying levels of protection. And while the protection level is going down due to changes in the game, I would much rather have a seatbelt on my support heroes and not worry that I lost the airbag. Maybe that was a strange analogy, but it's what came to mind. We are looking at a hero that can do a lot of different things. I think there is a case for accuracy. I think that there is a case for health. I'm going to go the route of dodge. Because in the way that I'm going to use him, dodge is more effective and makes the most sense. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying that in the way that I play, in the way that I want to incorporate him into my team, I want him to be a support hero. And I'm using him in that aspect, not as an attack hero. So I'm not really worried about accuracy because the things that I like that he does are not dependent in any way on accuracy, and he doesn't need that. So keep him alive with the dodge. Let's take a look at his skin. I just acquired that. Okay, we see the man right here in his classic build, and then with the skin gets a very dramatic effect. He was a pretty suave dude, and all of a sudden went to the hounds of hell and became this beast. Just got the skin, so it's only at level 4, but you already see his attack and health being boosted up. It'll be pretty much the usual numbers by the time we hit 20. It'll be a couple of thousand of each and a couple of hundred of the other ones. And it is the Cursed Imp design. Okay, we have just introduced Destiny level 100 in the game. And I'm going through the process of taking all of my heroes up to Destiny level 100 and giving them skill 15. I made Rune Master a priority. The question is, hey, I want to take my hero to skill 15. What are the best heroes? Is there 3 or 4 that get a big boost, a big impact? And the answer is yes. There are about 3 or 4 heroes, okay? And everybody else, when they were doing 500% damage, now at skill 15, they're doing 515% damage. And it's a very, very minute change for the vast majority of heroes. There are 3 or 4 in there that do pick up an extra target, and that is the case in Rune Master. So, and also because he's new, I thought, hey, I'll prioritize him. I also did several others. I started with Pumpkin Duke. That was my number 1. And then my absolute favorites in the game, like Dove and Gunslinger, etc. I'll do a video after this on the Destiny system and the reason that not all of my favorite heroes are going to be able to get the skill 15. Let's continue on with Rune Master. Okay, I've not tried this yet. I have not placed Rune Master in the Insane Dungeon 8 series, but I want to give it a try. I want to try and knock out the Gunslinger Copters, though. I definitely don't want his energy to be shut down to that degree. It doesn't matter how strong you are or how fast your energy recovery. When you got 25 Gunslinger Copters in your face, you're not going far. Okay, let's see what he does. See if he actually does damage to guys on the board. He's not going to do any building damage. He's just going to sit there against Love Doves. But maybe he can take some heroes out. He's definitely doing damage against Anubis and the gang. You can see their health bars going down pretty low. It's not many heroes at a time, so all by himself, he would never be able to take these heroes out in the allotted time. Okay, let's try AC DC 360 space. This is nice. It's got a lot of different kinds of heroes. I'm going to go right up against Bloody Mary and see what happens. You see, he took a huge swipe of damage, was brought down to that 40% mark, then has a 9,000 damage cap. Now you start seeing it move up. Boom, got wrecked again, starts to jack up again. You can see the importance of health, damage reduction, damage deflect. If any of these Bloody Mary strikes, let's say it was 1.5 million that she's going to hit him for, that one strike would kill him. Reduced to 0 health, no damage cap, nothing. But when you've got, 50 plus percent damage reduction, and he just stands tall. But you see that he doesn't do the kind of damage that an attack hero would be doing. I mean, the man's not a Zeph. The man's not a Dove. I wouldn't even go so far as to call him a Phobos, because if you've encountered Phoboses in, say, Lost Battlefield, they'll shut you down. And they'll tank your team. And they'll wreck shop. And this guy, no matter where I use him, he pretty much does this. He just kind of, he sits there. He does his buffs. And that's kind of his thing, It's kind of like the buff, the debuff and buffing Rambard. Okay, he just sits there chilling. Got taken down again below 40%, starts jacking back up again. I mean, it's kind of impossible to kill this guy if you have damage reduction and a little bit of extra health on him. He's not going to go out. If you're into base damage, I mean, here's the application. Imagine what would be happening if I had a Doom Balloon on him right now, or even a Air Force One. We would have reached 100% about 45 seconds ago. So here's another, hero that if you build him in a certain way, and true piety could be my second choice, where damage that is taken becomes health. I mean, the man would be invulnerable. So we got another, invulnerable, the possibility or likelihood of another invulnerable hero. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to look at Rune Master, and maybe I can try to work him into some kind of a team. I'm definitely going to be using him in Lost Battlefield. I think that he does have a ability and several abilities that we don't see quite often in Castle Clash, and I do think that he's a worthwhile hero. If I were to grade him currently based on what I'm seeing and based on experimentation, I would put him somewhere in that B range. B meaning I know he's good, but I have yet to see what he's great at. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy your clashing. All right, bye-bye.